Previously on Homeland.
Who are you?
They're just kids.
Not just kids. We're soldiers.
They just don't know who you really are just yet.
We're heading to Ba Sing Se to stop the charge that is happening there.
Bashira will be stopped, and we would like your help.
Clove,
Mom, where's Dad?
he'll be here soon. Save that for us.
I'll find you soon.
My name is Kim. We are a group of traveling Earth Kingdom soldiers designed to provide relief. When the battle line's thin, we move in to help. Step outside, you'll have your orders.
You will help us, or the Fire Nation will take everything.
You might be what we need. Tonight we will strike, and hopefully you can delay further invasion. And now, Kim moves out of the tent and begins checking resources, checking stocks, and gathering people who he thinks are important. The four of you have the tent. Is there anything in particular that you would like to do?
Is Gaipan on the map?
It is.
I'm going to study Gaipan.
Great. It is a small town like Ceylin. Has roughly the same population, between like 50 and 70. There are like 8 buildings, one of them like a leader's building.
Yep.
And it has a wall around it that is 2 stories worth of wall, right? Which is what, like 20 foot high?
Yeah.
25 foot high? And that's basically it.
10, 15 meters high.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have much in terms of like economy to it. It's a small farming village. The farms are on the outside. People come into it once they're finished farming.
Is there like a Fire Nation encampment around the village?
No, they have taken the village.
So they're all inside. They're all inside.
inside.
They've taken over the buildings. Does anyone know where the captives are?
Most likely in the main section.
In the main building behind the big wall?
Yes.
You said that this town was built on a dam, right?
Not on a dam. It is built in a riverbed that has been dried up thanks to a dam.
Okay.
I would like to identify that dam.
You can, yes. It is a big dam that would take many, many explosives to break. Circa...
How many?
One
roguish boy.
Well, do you talk this idea out?
I do think, I think Kana would identify that water beats fire. Essentially, if the town was swept up, or if the outer edges had lots of water. Not only there's water for. If we break this dam, potentially there could be more water for you to waterbend, Tariq. But also, we all know you can't start a fire when it's wet, when it's damp and soggy.
There are dozens of villages downstream. Destroying the dam, it might work in the moment, but that could cause untold damage.
I might be able to redirect it, though.
Not that much. To give a sense of like the scale, if you broke the dam, which happens in like episode 13 of Avatar: Last Airbender season 1.
So we also can't break it.
There is a continuity error. I acknowledge that.
You could make a hole.
You could make a hole.
Yes, but
it would... dams, if you made a hole in the dam, it would break.
Eventually,
right?
Yeah.
If you were to break the dam, either you're going to break it a little bit and only like a small amount of water is going to trickle out. If you make it enough to get the water downstream far enough to the village, the whole dam is like the whole amount for that is going to break the whole dam.
Yeah.
And if you do that, the whole town is going under.
I can put that in. I mean, yeah, awesome idea. Genuinely, that would be so cool. Problem is, that's a lot more water than I'm used to handling. So, all hell would kind of break loose, and I think all those people down there would kind of suffer the consequences for that. So, love the idea. Good thinking. And I think that's the kind of thinking we should be having moving forward, like big ideas, big movements, just maybe not that one.
Yes, with more waterbenders on hand, perhaps we could have used it to our advantage.
We're also trying to sneak in, though, so...
Oh, that's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, so small moves and then big once we're inside anyway. We're not trying to cause a big wave to get in. We're going to sneak in.
Our greatest obstacle is going to be this perimeter wall around their main building.
Agreed.
It's high.
Sorry, just to be clear, judging from what you said, I'm not being clear. It is like Ceylin Village in that there is a wall around the whole village, and then in that wall are 7 to 8 buildings.
Yeah.
One of which is the main building.
Does that have another wall around it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was unclear about, clearly.
But we will have to get...
Get in. We still
But
need
you
to
have
get
to
in
get
that.
into the town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scaling the town wall is going to be our biggest challenge.
We could try and go under.
That was... Yes, I was thinking the exact same thing, Clove. Man, we're so in sync.
She kind of blushes and like looks away. I might not have the power to, but I could ask other earthbenders and we could either get their help or I could get them to teach me a move that could tunnel us under or at least through the base of the wall.
I love it.
I think we
Great
should do
idea.
that.
And perhaps we should take in a small package of weapons.
Yeah.
So we don't have to steal them while we're inside. Then we can arm the Earth Nation soldiers that we free. And then
Then we find your dad.
But also, we need to take away weapons from the Fire Nation. There won't just be firebenders. Weapons, food. We're used to having everything there ready for us, and I'm assuming that they would have been nice and cozy in this town that they've taken.
What are Fire Nation weapons made of?
Same as any
Metal?
others. Metal?
Can you melt them? Is that something you can do? I think destroying them is going to be better than taking them away.
We do have like rudimentary technology. Well, like the Fire Nation is most advanced in terms of technology.
Correct.
There would be some sort of firepower, like gunpowder,
Yes,
firepower,
absolutely. Yep.
explosives.
Yes, those very small, and not until the time of the Avatar kind of action do they really become proficient in it. It's not until I think it's one of the air temples gets raided by the Fire Nation do the Fire Nation become like skilled with explosives.
Yeah. Okay.
even if their weapons are made of steel, there's still swords and spears that have like wooden handles and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you set fire to a building that has their weapon stores in it, you're going to destroy those weapons.
Absolutely.
You're going to melt the steel. You're going to ruin those weapons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we can't control setting fire to a building once. I mean, you obviously, Kana, you can set fire to it, but then can you control that?
Do we need to?
No.
We need to wreak as much havoc upon this town. They have taken
Yes.
it.
You want to burn the whole town down?
I think
They've taken the whole town.
better that we burn this town and the Earth Kingdom survives.
What about the people inside?
We're going to free the captives.
So we need
They will fight alongside us.
so we need to free them first before we destroy their weapons.
Well, I figure we can split up into teams, right?
We'll have to.
Because, cause some chaos, bring people out to try and sort the chaos. During that time period, we go free the people, get those people, they help us to overcome everyone, and, everything's happy. We don't need the buildings to be there, we just need everyone else to be there to help us to raise everything to the ground.
I don't want to break out Earth Kingdom prisoners and have them be attacked by Fire Nation fighters armed to the teeth.
Okay, so we have Team Rescue and
Team
Team
Chaos.
Destroy.
Or
Team
Destroy.
Chaos.
Well, I like your word better. Destroy.
Once
What's going on here?
once we've caused enough destruction, Bashir will show his face.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
We'll
No,
smoke him out.
I haven't.
Exactly.
Well, I'll go on team, rescue, because I can get in and out of places. It's kind of my bag.
I think I should be on Team Rescue as well.
I agree.
Well,
Let's cause some chaos.
more suited to destruction, it seems.
Yeah.
Zhang, you with me?
Yes. The weapon stores and food stores are more likely to be guarded as well, so you'll need my spear.
Exactly.
And we can, meet somewhere. We need a meeting point, because, once we've done, outside that main building, the one that, the what do we call it? The main building? Yeah, the main one.
The
Town
town
hall.
hall.
Yeah, that's the one. We can meet there, once we have our reinforcements, and then you've kind of dealt with the rest of the people. Maybe that's a good chance to meet. I don't know how much time we need. Is it very big? How big is this place? I'm talking as Tariq. I should be talking as Sean.
Yeah.
Small,
It's
right?
very small.
So we
It
can,
has a population of about 50 or 60 people.
Oh, okay.
And it has 7 or 8 buildings, including the main building, the big
Right.
one, right? So think of this room that we're in now, which is 3 feet.
Is this the
Sorry,
entire town, this room?
it's about
2 by 4 meters.
5 by 3. I
Oh.
meassured it.
Yeah, we did.
Well, that was pretty close.
You're right. Yeah, 5 by 3 meters. So think of this not even doubled. That's the regular buildings.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
6 of
Yeah.
those people living in houses are 6 or 7 in one of these spaces. These are traditional Chinese smaller buildings, and then one that's maybe the size of this house.
So they're using it to basically store all the weapons and food for when the main army arrives for the siege, right?
This
Yeah.
is their pulse
Yeah.
point of otherwise why would they bother with a tiny town like this? They
Yeah.
wouldn't. It's just
Yeah.
to
They
get
have
the
definitely
Basim
occupied
say.
this space.
But
yes.
it's also really easy for them to occupy,
Yeah.
as well.
Yes.
they didn't really have to expend much to take control of this town.
So we just need you two to cause a distraction while Clove and myself sneak in to find where the people are being held prisoner. We get them out, then we can continue causing havoc.
Well, we're all going to sneak in.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah. But then
And
we
then
need
split up.
And then split up.
Yeah.
As you mill about and get weapons ready, provisions ready, I presume you're going to collect like a number of rope, things like that, little knives and daggers,
Little grappling hook.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's add that to the list.
Maybe a way to bind up prisoners as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, some cloth and some rope. While all of that happens, you get like water skins filled, provisions. You speak to some of the soldiers. Kana, I'm going to suggest that you have like a conversation with Kim because he's impressed by you, and like you have a small conversation that like just aligns your ideology to him a little bit more.
Yes.
About like not leaving people behind, all of that good stuff. While all of that is happening, Clove, you catch up with your parents.
Do they come? They're going to come in, or I'm going to go find them.
They stick their heads around like the tent, see that you're busy, and wait outside.
Cool. And then kind of after we've done a little bit of this prep work, and like I know, obviously like Zhang's kind of leading the like divvying out of tasks, I'm just going to go and speak to them because either way that she kind of needs to learn some earthbending now anyway. So that's kind of her task is like go find out how you can make a hole in a wall.
Under a wall.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's going to go out. And when she sees her father, she's going to give him a hug as well.
You hug your father. June also leans in for the hug.
Yeah.
And says, "Now is the time.
Oh,
We are a family now.
it's so good to see you guys.
It's good to see you too.
What have you been doing?
Healing, helping, protecting.
So have I. Mum, Dad, I need your help. My friends and I, we're going to sneak into Gaipan village. I need a way to get through the wall. I need a way for us to go under cover of night and be able to get in without the Fire Nation seeing us. We think that we could somehow tunnel through the wall. I just don't have the skill for that though.
Wen looks to his wife. June? We'll help.
You'll come with us?
We can't go through, but we can go under.
Yep.
We'll help you.
Okay. And I'm also going to clear Troubled.
Yeah.
Yay!
So I'm clearing it because I sought some guidance from a mentor.
I'd like a little
and
more
powerful.
I'd like a little more guidance-y for you to fully clear this.
Should I wait till we're at the wall?
No, I think you will. I think you will clear it. I think this conversation just needs a little more like...
Oh, okay. I actually
like-
had a question.
Yeah, please go for it.
Just because I've actually forgotten why I'm troubled. Like, I forgot what happened that made me troubled. And I was going to see if you remembered.
I think at some point did not feel at the village where I got burnt to a crisp. Didn't also feel completely chastise you for some reason. Like
Is
complete.
it from all the way back there?
I've been troubled for a while. I just
So
don't,
I think it
I don't
might
plead
be
with people often,
you were
so
like,
it
we
doesn't-
should leave on our own, and I was like,
Oh.
you tried to guide me, and I said no, and instead I inflicted a condition back on you.
That's 100% why
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah, that's correct.
I was like, how dare you try and abandon our friends?
Yeah, and I don't plead often. I often guide and comfort, so I've not actually had to use the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is 100% why. Okay, great. Cool.
Clove,
Yes.
says your father. You seem troubled. What's wrong?
So much has happened since you guys left Taku, and since I left about 6 months ago. Sometimes I don't know if I should trust myself or trust other people. You know, the way we grew up was we lived off the land, and you taught me to be very self-reliant, but sometimes that gets in the way, and sometimes I can't fully trust who I'm with, and sometimes I can't fully trust myself, and I don't know how to deal with that.
You won't ever find someone you can truly trust until you meet one person. And Wen looks to his wife. She continues, when you meet that person, whoever they are, you can trust them. I trust Kim to a degree, but he'll make mistakes. I love and trust you, but you'll make mistakes. And I love and trust your father, and he won't. Not in my eyes.
I think I understand what you're saying. I think maybe I have found that person already, actually. And then she's gonna like blush. The boy we were with, the waterbender, He's taught me a lot about myself and has asked me to trust myself. And because of that, I trust him.
What you trust in another person is their ability to know their mistakes. You trust them to be self-reliant,
Yeah, I do.
and they trust you to be self-reliant. And that's love. When he looks to his wife, we're not perfect, but we trust each other.
Thank you. And she's going to hug them both.
They hug back. Now remember, every building in that village is Earth Kingdom. Those walls are Earth Kingdom. We aren't destroying our nation just to free our people. When you go in there, trust yourself and others.
I will take it back for us.
Take it back. Don't destroy it.
Okay.
We love you.
I love you too.
Be good.
And now I'm going to
Now
clear troubles.
Yeah.
Kana's like, so anyway, I started burning.
Anyway,
Chris, I have a
see you later,
question.
building.
Hey, what's up?
Can I use another PC as a mentor?
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely you can.
I'm so glad you came to me, Sean.
So, if you don't mind, while Clove is off with her parents,
Yep.
or off with these two people,
Yes.
which he can infer to be looking very similar to them,
Yes.
and Kana has having some words with Kim. Where would Tariq find Zhang?
So he's after they've made the plan, he is sharpening his blade and replacing any clothing he has that is worn through. So he's very much in kind of full prep mode, belting himself up. He's got a whetstone against his blade. I think that's the point you find him. He's sort of refreshed. He's got new clothes. He's sitting by a fire, and across his knees is the glaive, and he has a whetstone, and he's just very meditatively scraping it down the edge to hone his blade.
Tariq spots Zhang and takes a moment to think about it, and then nods to himself and walks over and kind of puts himself down beside Zhang, and also grabs a weapon that might be on the shelf somewhere, like another sword
rack.
or a staff,
Yeah.
and grabs a rock and starts much more awkwardly, but he's not a complete novice. He tries to mimic the actions and also make himself useful. And there might be a bit of an awkward silence. Hey, Zhang, do you have a minute?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, cool. Did I tell you about what happened back at the village with the uprising, and while you and Clove were off with the bucket people?
You freed the Earth Kingdom slaves?
Yeah. Did I go into much more? I guess I didn't. So Kana and I kind of had a problem, and she kind of exploded, and it was a whole thing. Point is that it kind of had me doubting myself.
What do you mean? What does her losing control of her firebending have to do with you?
Because I'm meant to be the one that gets along with everyone. I've got someone like Clove who looks at me to be this really strong person who has myself together, and I couldn't even stop Kana from tearing a whole building down. I'm meant to be the person that can keep it all together, and has a joke and a quip, and just has everything fine, and yet you sit there and you can be kind of weird and stoic and strong and all the time.
Wait,
but
weird?
No.
That's what he hears.
My point is that you always seem to know what you're doing. It doesn't matter what anyone tells you. You always go forward. And I've been running around for a long time, and I can't explain it. I feel really out of whack, and I don't want to be out of whack anymore.
Look, I don't think you're meant to be anything. I don't think any of us is meant to be anything. I made a choice to fight for the Earth Kingdom. We've been at war ever since I was a child. So this is what I choose to be. And this is the path I chose to walk. Tariq, if you try and fit yourself into a mold of what you think you're meant to be, you'll just always be as trapped as you were back home. You have to accept that sometimes the path ahead of you isn't going to be clear. I don't know what I'm going to do once we've deposed Bashira. I don't know if I'm meant to be a soldier and keep on the fight. I'll have to see. I think you have to be like water. Just be what you need to be in the moment.
What if what I do, what if the decisions that I make aren't good enough? What if I do something bad or something wrong and a building gets caught on fire, or a person realizes I'm not as great as I was and they leave me, and then I'm left alone? Again.
Well, we all have to risk something for what we believe in. We may not even come out of Gaipan alive. You have to trust yourself and the people around you that if you make the wrong call, they'll help you make it right.
There's the guide and comfort roll.
I'm honestly guided and comforting, so I'm rolling with harmony. 5, 6, 7. Just a hit. Just about a hit.
Ooh.
Sean, is Tariq going to take this advice or not?
I think he will. I think the last time that the last couple of times that Zhang and Tariq have talked, it's never ended up well. So I feel it makes sense that this is the first time that they can both relate together on something and align with each other, as opposed to being but this feels like, and he's, for the first time, he's like, all right, maybe this stoic, stubborn, annoying friend has some wisdom that can help me.
Clear a condition or 2 fatigue.
Oh, I am at 0 fatigue, so I'm just happy to get rid of this trouble.
Trouble is so hard to clear.
I know.
To a friend for guidance, you call him weird, annoying.
Pretty much par for the course.
While we're here,
I get to ask.
You get to ask a question. Whilst you're thinking of that question, I'm going to move your balance field towards care. You went about that in the least forceful way possible.
Yeah.
But
and
that is one of my principles.
Just be cool, man.
Sean, I'm going to move Tariq's towards friendship.
Well, that's +2 on friendship now.
Yeah.
All right, what's your question?
I don't mean to... Tariq, do you have the medal for this?
No, but I have the wood. Sorry, a joke.
I'm serious.
Okay.
This is dangerous. This is important. This could be history. We could change the course of the war. I need to know, if push comes to shove, you can stand your ground. Can you?
You know, up until a week ago, well, a few weeks ago, rather, I didn't even know there was a war. And before that, I didn't even know if there's anything worth fighting for or running towards. Now I kind of have a reason to do things, to be quite honest. And yeah, I thought that I apparently needed to know what happened to my parents to have a purpose. I didn't. I thought that I needed people to laugh at my jokes and to think I was a really cool guy. I am, but I don't need that.
Zhang chuckles a little bit.
Yeah. But I have people that are my friends, and that's odd. But the point is that it matters. I have something that matters. So, absolutely.
Good. Because I thought you could too.
Hey, just because I don't have my dad doesn't mean you don't need yours. Because I don't have my dad anymore, and that's fine because that's my own personal thing. But you have your personal thing, which means you get your dad because you should have your dad. I met my dad, but I don't need my dad.
The scene slowly fades away. As the conversation...
Once you made the sale, buddy, stop selling.
we will...
I just wanted to point out that is literally... I drew on my connection, which I wrote in the very first session.
Great.
I worry Tariq won't be able to hold their own when things get tough.
Very good.
Oh,
I'm
Very
going to
good.
toughen them up.
Nice.
nice.
We will have that scene with Kana and Kim as well.
This attack might be your only chance against the Fire Nation. I know how much strength they have. I know how much discipline they have. They are planning on this going without a hitch. This is our moment, and it must happen, no matter what it takes.
It will. But I want you to know something.
Of course.
For you, maybe, this is strategic. They're launching an invasion from the village They're stockpiling weapons. It'll be used to launch a further invasion. For the people around you, look, and there are Earth Kingdom people milling about, tending to wounded, gathering supplies, sharpening weapons. You see Clove and her parents. You see Tariq and Zhang talking to each other, sharpening weapons, laughing, having rambling conversations. This is their home, and we built this, so we can't have it destroyed. If you go in, free the people, and free them to their homes. Ask them what they want. Don't tell them. Inspire them, lead them, care for them, support them.
And fight for them. I wish I had more skills in inspiring, in caring. I feel like I am later in life to knowing people who care and who do the right things. I am trying to make up for time, and I'm trying to do my best in that regard. What I am good at is fighting, and I will try and protect as much of the town as I can. But these people need to know that there will be sacrifices, and I would much rather it be a building than someone's life.
Kana, whatever hurt you've had in the past, don't bury it by going off and trying to save everyone else. Reflect on yourself. You are not your mother or your aunt. Don't frame this world like they do, where things need to be freed by burning down, where people need to be advocated for. Forgive yourself and be your own person. And they are going to
Move my balance?
try and shift your balance, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So you resist, if you'd like.
Where are they shifting it?
Shifting towards forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Away from action.
Yeah.
They're trying to temper you. Even though Kim is like, yeah, I'm gonna follow you. I know my role. Everything about the Earth Kingdom army is about slow, methodical movement. It is about careful decision-making. These are trained soldiers who have been fighting a losing war and are not going to do anything desperate, including, but not limited to, throwing away a whole village because 4 kids have rocked up and been like, hey, we got a plan. And he's like, okay, yeah, but do it right.
Yes.
And don't be like your parents. Don't be like your family. Forgive yourself and don't think like they do. Trying to temper your action.
I'm just, as much as I would like to, I just want to make sure that I'm sticking up for my own ideals.
You can resist the call out.
I mean, if I were to go with it, which is what I want to go with that impulse of going towards forgiveness.
Sure, okay.
But I don't believe that's acting against my ideals. I'm not leaving friends behind. I'm not standing up to bullies. And I am still keeping my promise. Does that track?
Yeah, nothing I've said has said to not do any of those things.
Well, then I'm gonna allow him to shift my balance.
You're not going to resist it? Okay.
No.
Cool. You shift 1 point towards forgiveness.
I'm now, again, at my balance.
Okay.
I think it was a moment of Kana is still wrestling with the past that she has. That passion, that fire. And within herself, trying to not throw out everything, to keep the good, to reconcile, to become a new person. Not Kana Hoshi, just Kana.
Okay.
And this check just kind of helps center her and remind her of her promises that she's made to her friends.
Fantastic.
We save the town and the people. I agree.
Then I'm glad to follow you.
And I am glad to have you on my side, Kim. She will bow.
He bows back. Still, there's things to be done. Ready yourselves.
Absolutely.
You have been listening to Homeland, which is a Roll2Cast production. The best way to find us is on Twitter, Discord, and our Patreon. All our podcasts are on Acast, Spotify, YouTube, and all good podcatchers. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Roll2Cast. Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, was created by Magpie Games. Nickelodeon, Avatar, and all related titles, logos, and characters are trademarks of Viacom International Incorporated.